This video looks at the idea of direction cosines, and that's the angles made by a vector with its axes. So direction cosines are useful for finding angles that a vector makes with each of its axes. So our example here is a three-dimensional one. We have a vector in three-dimensional space, and it makes an angle with the z-axis, which is gamma. This one here. This is the angle between the vector and the z-axis. And then the angle between the x-axis and the vector is alpha. And then the angle between the y-axis and the vector is beta. Okay, so we could use that to help us specify the vector. So let's just go down here. Okay, so if the vector v equals x1i plus y1j plus z1k makes angles alpha, beta and gamma respectively with the positive directions in an anti-clockwise sense of the x, y and z axes. Remember, it's right-handed, so it's in that anti-clockwise sense. We're going from, if I just come back here, we're going, notice this is an anti-clockwise direction. We're going against the clock, okay, as we go around this way. All right, and then that means that we can write cos alpha is the x1 component on the magnitude of the vector divided by the magnitude of the vector. Cos beta is the y1 component divided by the magnitude of the vector, and cos of gamma, cosine of gamma, is the z1 component on the modulus of the vector. Okay, of course when I say cos I mean the word cosine. All right, now let's take an example here of a vector. V is 2i plus 5j plus 3k. Find the angle it makes with the y-axis. So the y-axis means we're interested in the j component. That's this one here. The magnitude of the vector will be the square root of 2 squared plus 5 squared plus 3 squared. That's just each of the components squared, summed, and then the square root of that, so square root of 38, we'll leave it in exact form. And the angle that V makes with the y-axis is then the cosine of beta, that's the angle in the y direction, is the y component of the magnitude of the vector, so it's 5 over the square root of 33. And then with the calculus co-system or some system, we're going to find that the angle beta is the inverse cosine of 5 on the square root of 38, and that's approximately 35.79 degrees. Okay, that's it.